TΑTOU KŌRERO, our stories,
sharing our learning across the kahoiako.
In this episode, we visit Hay Park School and talk with students and teachers about their breakfast club.
Well done. Thank you so much.
Introducing Diane McDonald and Mary Jacob from Hay Park School.
What was your initial inspiration or your first hunch that led to the beginnings of your breakfast club?
Well, in 2018, we had breakfast club from 8:15 to about 8:40, and the uptake was really small. And I'd go in and there'd be about 3 or 4 children at breakfast club, and I had a hunch that there was a far greater need, and quite often I would be giving breakfast to children who arrived late. So we were humming and hawing about what we were going to do with our breakfast club, and we decided to give it a go, to combine it with our buddy reading, because our reading data was not great. So that way we would have children engaged more in reading, 15 minutes a day in the morning, and we would give breakfast to the whole school, so everybody felt that they could have breakfast together.
What were your thoughts behind the whole school breakfast club?
Really, it was about combining the idea that all children had access to breakfast and that they would feel set up for the day, that if you think about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, if we're safe and we're fed and we're warm, we can optimise the learning that's going on. So by providing breakfast first, opportunity for children to have talk, and then going into the reading, we've actually set up a condition for the best possible outcomes, which is for children now. Mary, you were saying that...
It's just a habit. So we've kind of created, and it's building on, and it has really grown into our part of the day, is reading.
What have been the setbacks and how have you overcome them?
So we started our buddy reading with the intention of just them coming together, reading with a buddy. But as we started noticing that the juniors were not as engaged as we thought they should be, so we brought in the reading logs, so it would be much more purposeful, and the seniors would listen to the buddies read, and they sign off their reading log to say how well did they read and so on. And that worked for a while, and then again we kind of noticed that it's not really working as we intended to, so we started collecting some student voice from the year 6s to start off with, and we heard that the students are not looking at the books, they are walking away, they're not engaged, and we were like wondering, how do we fix this one? So we thought, let's think about the helping hand, which is like, you say 4 comments and then you have 1 question to get them engaged. So we started off, we had some training sessions with the year 6s, and we thought, let's see what happens with this, and we went along with that for some time, and again we found that it is not as engaging. We still found the same problems of not motivated to read, and we were wondering, let's think about it again. And then we came up with the idea of just talking about the pictures. So now we've come to that point where they just don't go straight into reading. We talk about the title, we talk about the cover page, talk about the story, so the kids are engaged. The juniors can talk about it, though they can't read the words, but it helps them to be engaged and talk about. So it's more of the talk that we started focusing on, and which really seems to be working at the moment. And I think when we collected the student voice from year 6s, there was a shift from where they said, oh, the kids are not really engaged, we find it, kind of distracting. It's moved to more of, the kids are listening because they are engaged in the book. It's not them just straight into reading, but having lots of talk has really helped.
And
So
anecdotally, just looking, around, and we can see the engagement. And I think that sort of sat alongside, concurrently the junior, the new entrant year 1 class. We were doing an oral language, play-based, lots of talk, and it just seemed to fit really well. So now that talk has become, just critical to the reading that goes on.
Tell us a little more about how the Breakfast Club works.
So the whole school kind of assembles in the hall 5 to 9. We try to make it 5 to 9 so we can start and have enough time for breakfast. So we have like a 10 minutes breakfast. We start off with the junior classes having the breakfast first so that they can finish off early, and then the senior classes go and have their breakfast. And once we see that most of them have had breakfast, we start budding them up with their senior buddies. And we always have a focus group, which is either the year 6s. Once they have trained, we got them first on the chairs with their buddies so we can kind of roll around and help them to, direct them if they get stuck. Then after we've finished buddy reading, they all come back into the hall and they're ready to go and to their maths session. The juniors basically read to the seniors on a Tuesday and Wednesday, because on a Thursday we've got a really muddy day. So basically Monday to Friday, except Thursday we have buddy reading. Mondays and Fridays the seniors read to the juniors because the juniors don't have a reader at the beginning of the week, and at the end of the week they return the readers. So basically that's how buddy reading works.
Some days our seniors will read to the juniors, which I think is quite lovely as well, because reading to children is so important, and I think we've just developed a culture of reading.
What evidence do you have that the Breakfast Club is achieving the goals you set out to achieve?
I think that we can see in our data at the end of 2019, our reading data had improved across the school, and then this year, even with COVID and everything that had happened throughout the year, our midterm data goes back to what Mary was saying about reading has become a habit. So obviously during lockdown as well, our children were reading, and our reading data looked good at mid-year. So we're kind of like hanging in there to see what it looks like at the end of this year. I think the talk is very natural that is happening, and the children are engaged, and for me that's everything. And we don't have anybody that's sitting in class who might be hungry, and that's really important. Set them up for success, that's my thought.
Any other contributing factors that have helped make Breakfast Club at Hay Park a success?
I think the fact that last year we became a Duffy school, that's helped. Every Monday morning I give out certificates to the teachers, and they give them to their children, so that caught being good reader comes through, and that's consistent throughout the week. And I mean, we're really fortunate. We have Fonterra sponsor us with our milk. That gives us the ability to have hot Milo in the winter and milk in the summer months. We have fruit in schools. We provide that at breakfast. We have Kids Can, and we're also well supported by our local countdown. So, we're quite blessed at Hay Park.
What do you enjoy the most about Breakfast Club?
I enjoy reading with my buddy because I like it when I help them and encourage them to read.
Reading to my buddy and looking at rhyming books and favorite books that I like.
What do you think are the benefits of your school Breakfast Club?
I think that breakfast, you like it
the time to be together as a school, and you also as breakfast, like for those kids who don't have breakfast in the morning, you can also come eat, and for those who already ate breakfast, they can also come like have a little snack.
Hey Mahi Tahi! Thank you so much to Hay Park School for sharing your successful breakfast club and buddy reading with us.